From chest thumping to panic, how Pakistan unwittingly admitted India's Sindoor supremacy. For days after India's Operation Sindoor, Pakistan's military and political establishment clung to its familiar playbook: denial, deflections, and lofty claims of shooting down Indian jets. But in a series of awkward, contradictory, and ultimately revealing statements, key Pakistani leaders have inadvertently confirmed what India had signaled all along: that Operation Sindoor caught Islamabad off guard, hit critical military infrastructure, and left its leadership scrambling. The most jarring admission came on July 3, when Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif's close aide Rana Sanaullah revealed that Pakistan's armed forces had only 30 to 45 seconds to determine if the incoming BrahMos missile launched by India carried a nuclear warhead. In a televised interview that is now making headlines across both sides of the border, Rana Sanaullah, special assistant to the Prime Minister, said, "When India fired a BrahMos missile at our Nurkan airbase, our military had just 30 or 45 seconds to determine if it carried a nuclear warhead. Such a limited time frame is extremely dangerous. If there had been any miscalculation, it could have triggered a nuclear response, potentially leading to global disaster." Pakistan begged Trump for a ceasefire after Indian BrahMos HARMAS hit Nurkan airbase and Pak forces had no time to react. Admission of Pakistan's defeat by SP Assistant to Pak PM Rana Sanaullah. Twitter.com /ndxeoxcv Pakistan Untold Pakistan_Untold July 3, 2025. This was the first on-record confirmation from a senior Pakistani official of the chaos and indecision triggered by India's strikes. The missile, launched during Operation Sindoor, hit the Nurkan airbase in Chaklala, Rawalpindi, a key Pakistan Air Force installation. But it wasn't just Nurkan. Satellite images released days later showed extensive damage across several Pakistani air bases, including Sargodha, Bholari, Jacobabad, Sukar, and Rahim Yarkhan, with visible destruction to runways, hangars, and key operational buildings. The scale and precision of the strikes suggested that India had carefully mapped and degraded Pakistan's offensive capacity in a matter of minutes. This wasn't the first sign that Pakistan was caught off guard. Back on May 16, PM Shehbaz Sharif stunned many by recounting how he was woken up at 2:30 a.m. by Army Chief Asim Munir, who informed him that India had launched missile strikes on key Pakistani air bases, including Nurkan. At around 2:30 a.m. on May 10, General Syed Asim Munir called me on the secure line and informed that India's ballistic missiles had hit Nurkan airbase and other areas, Sharif said, according to Geo News. He added that Pakistan's Air Force had responded using homegrown technology on Chinese-origin jets. Pakistan PM Shehbaz Sharif himself admits that General Asim Munir called him at 2:30 a.m. to inform him that India had bombed Nurkan Air Base and several other locations. Let that sink in. The Prime Minister was woken up in the middle of the night with news of strikes deep inside. Pic.twitter.com 4QBSF7XJH Amit Malviya May 16, 2025. The Prime Minister's admission directly contradicted weeks of official Pakistani statements claiming no damage, Indian jets repelled, and misinformation by Indian media. Sharif essentially confirmed what India had maintained, that Operation Sindoor was a limited but highly calibrated military strike meant to signal retribution for the Pahalgam terror attack. In what is arguably the most direct and damaging admission from the Pakistani establishment, Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar publicly acknowledged that India struck two key air bases, Nurkan near Rawalpindi and Shorkot in Punjab, during Operation Sindoor. Speaking in an interview on Geo News, Dar said India attacked the Nurkan and Shorkot air bases. "They launched missile strikes at 2:30 a.m., hitting our infrastructure just as we were preparing our response. India moved first, and they hit us." Pakistan Deputy PM Ishaq Dar openly admits two things in this interview. India struck the Nurkan Air Base and Shorkot Air Base. Ishaq Dar says Saudi Prince Faisal called him asking, "Am I authorized to talk to Jaishankar also and convey and you are ready to talk?" Pic.twitter.com 45 TJQNLWQ Asant TV June 19, 2025. He further revealed that Pakistan immediately sought diplomatic assistance to de-escalate within 45 minutes. Saudi Foreign Minister Prince Faisal bin Farhan called me and asked, "Can I Tell Indian External Affairs Minister Jaishankar that Pakistan is ready for a ceasefire if India stops? I said, yes, brother, you can. He then called me back to confirm. Dar's remarks dismantled weeks of official Pakistani denials that dismissed Indian claims of damage. Defense Minister Khawaja Muhammad Asif has played an unusually revealing role, often attempting to project strength, only to undermine it. In an interview with CNN's Becky Anderson, Asif had claimed Pakistan shot down 5 Indian fighter jets during the operation, including a Rifle. When pressed, he cited social media posts as evidence only to be fact-checked live, with Anderson pointing out that the footage was taken from video games and archived war clips. Asif sheepishly admitted, "I'm not saying it's authentic. Without evidences, claims are useless." Khwaja Asif was pathetic. Pic.twitter.com Yavidko 8A0 Sheikh Shoaib 1 Shoaib May 8, 2025. Adding to the inconsistency, Asif confirmed in late June that Pakistan remained on high alert after the strikes and that it was receiving intelligence support from China. Meant to reassure, the statement unintentionally revealed dependence on external surveillance, exposing vulnerability at the strategic level, especially for a nuclear-armed state that routinely champions its sovereignty. Despite weeks of chest-thumping, Pakistan's top ministers have, in their own words, confirmed that India's military response was fast, sharp, and effective. India's objective was to take out Pakistan-based terror camps and infrastructure Islamabad has long denied. But Operation Sindoor also delivered a blow to Pakistan's military confidence and strategic narrative. Swipe left for next video. The operation began on May 7, in direct response to the Pahalgam terror attack of April 22, which claimed 26 lives, mostly civilians. In its initial phase, the Indian Air Force focused on dismantling terror camps linked to Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, and Hizbul Mujahideen across Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Intelligence reports estimated that over 100 terrorists were neutralized in these strikes. But when Pakistan attempted a retaliatory military response, including plans to target Indian cities and key installations, India escalated. In a decisive second phase, carried out on the night of May 910, Indian forces struck a string of major Pakistani air bases including Nur Khan, Sargodha, Jacobabad, Murid, and Rafiki, inflicting damage that Islamabad is still struggling to publicly account for, even as its top ministers slowly, and inadvertently, begin to do so. Latest blogs.